Now I'm going to talk about how to embed CSS in HTML file. So here to embed CSS in HTML file there are two ways. The first way is internal embed, the second way is external embed. This is what I'm going to discuss in this class. And this is M3 365 channel. If you are the first, please first of all subscribe our channel M3 365. So in a first example, there is one style tag. If we want to embed CSS in HTML at the moment, we want to use style tag. Style tag is a container tag. Container tag means container tag always having opening tag and closing tag. So you know the opening tag is style word and opening and closing angular bracket, and then the ending tag is the same, but the first place it will be forward slash. If you see the forward slash, that tag is closing tag. So now we are going to learn about how to embed CSS in HTML using the first way, internal embed. Internal embed means we are going to add CSS properties and CSS property values in internal embed. Internal embed means in HTML there are two sections. One is head section and another one is body section. In a head section we need to notify or we need to embed the CSS properties and property values. This is what internal embed. So here in our example, see the example. In our example, there's a HTML code. In the HTML code, there are two sections. The first one is head section, head opened and closed. The second section is body section, body tag opened and body tag closed. The closing tag consisting with forward slash in first place after the opening angle bracket. So here in the head section, there is one title tag is used to give the title. Here the title is usage of style tag. So under the style tag, under the title tag, there is a style tag. The style tag is the CSS code. So in the style tag, in between the style opening and closing tag, there is one H3 label, that means selector. The H3 label consisting with three property. So how many property or property value we are going to give for a selector. So these property and property value in between the opening and closing curly braces of that corresponding selector. So here the selector is H3 and then opening curly brace. So opening curly brace, after the opening curly brace, color is the property colon blue, and then font family colon copper plate gothic bold, and font size is 14 pt. So here the color is the property of H3 selector, and then blue is the value of that color property. So here they have used colon to separate the property and property value, and finally they have given semicolon. The semicolon says that is in this line the code is terminated. That's what they have used a semicolon. So semicolon means end of that line. And second property is font family colon copper plate gothic bold. So font family is the property and copper plate gothic bold is the value of that property. So to separate the property and property value, they have used a colon. But here they have surrounded the copper plate gothic bold font family in double quotation, because this is font family. That's why they have given. So wherever or whenever we are using font family, at the moment we have to surround the value in double quotations. And then finally they have used a semicolon. Semicolon means that line is terminated, that code is terminated, that line. And then go to the next line. So third line is font size is the property 14 pt, that means value of that property font size, and then semicolon. So here they are giving the size of the font, that's what 14 pt. Pt means points. So here why they have given color property and blue means in our computer always the background must be white. In most of all applications the background must be white, but the color of text or font is always black. So here in the browser the font won't be a black because they have given the font color as a blue. You can see in the output text will be in blue color. And the font family, so normal and default font family we are using are in the computer, default one is Times New Roman, and here they don't want to appear the font family as Times Roman, but they need copper plate Gothic bold. That's why they have given the font family copper plate Gothic bold. And then font size. So the default font size in our system or in our computer is 12 point, but here they have given 14 point. So it will be 2 point larger or bigger while we are comparing to the default font size 12. So this is the property and property values. So here for the H3 selector they have given 3 properties and 3 property values for that corresponding property. So this property with the selector and the selector with its own property is in between style opening and style closing tag. This is the way of using internal or inline embedding of CSS in a HTML document. After that the style is closed and the head is closed. Now the body section, the body is opened and the body is closed. So in between body opening and closing tag there's 3 lines. The first line is welcome to learn HTML, and second line is welcome to learn CSS, and third line welcome to learn JavaScript. So these are the 3 lines. This is the main one, but they have formatted these 3 lines with the CSS code. So here for each 3 lines they have used a H3 selector. That means H3 means heading in third size. That's what H3 opening and closing tag. Here H3 also container tag. Container tag means this tag consisting with opening and closing tag. So here in the first line the first H3 opening tag, and then welcome to learn HTML, and then closing H3. And in second line the H3 opening tag and welcome to learn CSS and H3 closing tag. And H3 in third line H3 opening tag, welcome to learn JavaScript, and H3 closing tag. So here the line is 3, but the heading 3 H3 is used. So if we give without the H3, this 3 line will be as black and 12 point and Times Roman, but they don't want that style, but they want this style color blue, font family copper plate Gothic bold, and font size 14 pt. That's why they have given CSS in internal factor using style tags. So if we go to the output, you can see the output in the browser. So welcome to learn HTML, and welcome to learn CSS, and welcome to learn JavaScript. will be in a blue color. You can see the output. See the output here. These three lines are in blue color. Blue means the real blue. And you can see the changes of the font style because Times the Roman and any other font style is differing from this Gothic bold, because here they have used a copper plate, or they have given copper plate Gothic bold. That style is different one. This is what internal feature or internal embed of CSS in HTML document. And you can see here, welcome to learn HTML, welcome to learn CSS, welcome to learn JavaScript. Both are in blue color and both are in copper plate Gothic bold, and both are in 14 points size. This is what how to add internal embed of CSS. And now I'm going to talk about the second way of embedding, external embed. So external embed is a second way, another one way. So here we need to create a CSS file and HTML file in two different files. So HTML file is one file, create one HTML file and create one CSS file, and save these two files corresponding with the corresponding extension. If it is HTML, use .html. If it is CSS, use .css as an extension. So you can see the example, first example. So here two selector, one is H1 and second is P. These two are selector. The H1 selector consisting with having font family property, font weight property, border property. So the H1 having three property. The first property is font family. Its value is Comic Sans, and second property is font weight. This property's value is bold, and third property is border. Its value is 2px solid blue. So the same method here they are using. First one is separating property and property value. We need to use the colon, and then if we use any font family name, at the moment we have to surround this font family name with a double quotation, upper quotation, and then to terminate the one line code we need to use the semicolon. That's what I taught in the first, and now also this is. So second is a font weight property, and its value is bold. These two property and property values is separated by the colon, and this code is terminated by the semicolon. And then the third one is border property. Its value is 2px solid blue, because here the font family is Comic Sans. It might be bold, and this will consist the outer line, that means border line, that is 2px solid blue. That's what this is. And then second property is P. This is consisting with two attribute and attribute values. The first attribute is font style, italic, and color medium sea green. So here the same mechanism is used to separate property and property value. We have to use colon and CSS, and to terminate one line code, CSS code, we have to use a semicolon. Here used. And second property is medium sea green. The medium sea green is property value, and color is property. Color means the text color or the string color. That's what here. So the H1 and P is used. H1 selector is used 3 property and P is used 2 property. So if you use wherever an HTML body tag, these property values will apply to that content where we are going to use H1 selector and P selector. That's what here. And Now HTML. So now we created one CSS file and saved the CSS file with the mystyle.css name. And now we are going to create one HTML file. Save the HTML file css test.html and see the css.html example. Here also one HTML code. In the HTML code, two sections there. The first one is head and second one is body. In the head section, we have to give the link tag to link the external CSS. That is what here done. So the head, that's the title. The title is demonstration of using CSS, and link tag is there. Link tag consisting of the three attributes. The first one is rel, the second one is type, the third one is href. First, the rel is a style sheet because we are going to link the CSS style sheet to this current HTML code. That's why the here rel equals style sheet, and then type equal the style sheet is text but CSS text. That's why text / and CSS. And href, see here href means the location or the file name. That's what hyper reference equal to mystyle.css. So both style sheet and both rel and type and href values are surrounded by double quotations here. That is the manner. And head is closed. And in the body, they have used the first selector h1 heading 1. So opening tag and closing tag. In between opening and closing h1 tag, they have given welcome to CSS. So the welcome to CSS string will be Comic Sans MS family, and font weight might be 4 bold and border might be 2px solid blue color. You can see in the output. I'll show the output. And second, they have taken second selector P. So wherever we are using P or wherever we are using H1 selector, the CSS values or attributes might be applied. Here we are going to use P selector. So in between opening and closing P selector, they have given one paragraph. That is, CSS was invented by Håkan Wimley on October 10, 1994 and maintained through a group of people within W3C called the CSS Working Group. The CSS Working Group creates documents called specifications. When a specification has been discussed and officially ratified by W3C members, it becomes a recommendation. This is what the content of the P selector. Here the P is the tag, paragraph tag. In CSS, this is a selector. So for the P selector, we have given font style property and color property. Font style property value is italic and the color property value is medium sea green. So wherever we use the P selector, for that element, these two values will apply. So here italic. So the paragraph might be in italic and the paragraph color, the paragraph text color is in medium sea green. That is what here, because the default font family may be Times New Roman and the default size is 12 and the default color is black. So here we have changed the black color to the medium sea green, and always the font will not be in italic. but here we need this paragraph as italic. That's why we have given the property and property value of the P selector. So here we have linked this CSS file. So if we link the CSS file from the external, that is external embed, so whatever we have given as the property and property value of a selector, if you use that selector, corresponding selector in HTML code, that will apply to this content. So here we have used these two selector H1 and P. H1 for welcome to CSS and P for this paragraph. So and we link the mystyle.css by using the link tag. So the link tag consisting with three attributes. The first one is rel, the second one is type, the third one is href. Rel means style sheet, type means text / css, and href is mystyle.css. So here this is linking, and we used these two selectors. The first H1 selector for welcome to CSS, the second P selector for this paragraph. So if you see in the output, the paragraph will be in italic and medium green, and the welcome to CSS in font family Comic Sans MS, and font weight is bold and border is 2px solid blue. We can see in the output. See the output. Whatever I said, that's what here. The first is title, welcome to CSS is a bold, and the Comic Sans MS font style, and there might be border. And second is the paragraph is in medium green, that paragraph is in italic. This is what the impact or the apply of the CSS. So we will see in the next class, and further more videos will come. Please subscribe our channel EM3 365 and subscribe and press the bell icon and all.